it's Lisa Wells here with another fabulous episode of Living the Healthy Way in SA. Today I'm joined by Rebecca Stoner from Just Eat Plants. Thanks Rebecca for joining us today.
Thanks for coming, I'm excited.
Tell me, why do you just eat plants?
So about 7 years ago I was diagnosed with MS, and having a background in science, I looked into all the research as to why it happened and what I could do to stop progression to disability. And I found that a whole food plant-based diet would keep me well. So it's low in saturated fat, high in lots of vitamins and minerals, and since then I've been doing really well. So I haven't had any new lesions or any relapses, so feeling great.
You got a diagnosis and then you're sort of managing it now through your diet, which is all plant-based.
Yep, completely plant-based, so no dairy or animal products at all. And yeah, it was a bit of a shift to start with, but I definitely feel really well and I have no symptoms.
Wow.
So something's working.
Yeah, look, honestly you can't fight that. That's the proof in the pudding, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what are we making here today? We've got all these fabulous ingredients. What are we making today?
So we're going to do some whole food plant-based pizzas. So I've already made the bases. So this is a gluten-free base and I can provide you with a recipe for that one, but it basically has cooked potato with some gluten-free flours. On top of that, we're making a tomato sauce with some herbs in there as well and some garlic. And I'm going to make a cashew mozzarella, I call it. So it's like mozzarella but not. Okay. So it's made with cashews and it's I cook it on the stove so it actually forms a really nice mixture and it browns on the pizza like a mozzarella. So
I was wondering where the cheese was. Thanks for explaining
that. That's the cheese alternative. And then we're going to put some veggies and top it with some other things that will make it delicious. So.
And so we won't even notice there's no meat on this pizza.
No, we're using oyster mushrooms and they'll have that meaty kind of texture to them.
Okay.
And I guess a lot of what I do through Just Eat Plants is I want to show people that I'm not depriving myself in any way.
That's a big thing.
In an abundance of obviously volume, but also all the different flavors and textures. And yeah, feels great.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited. So we are going to work our magic here and we'll see you soon. Alright, so we have done our mise en place, as the French chefs say, which is our preparation for our beautiful pizzas that we're having, our plant-based pizzas. So Rebecca has made the bases and we've done a bit of stuff. We've cut up the olives, cut up the tomatoes, we've got the spinach ready to go. So this is the tomato sauce we're using, and so what did we do with that?
So that's just going to go straight on the base. So that's just got a bit of garlic, a bit of dried oregano and
fennel seeds.
Fennel seeds. I love fennel and tomato, they just work so well together. So you don't need too much. You can blend it up if you want it a little bit smoother, but I don't mind.
Chunky is good.
Chunky, with the tomato in there.
And we were saying that you could also freeze this as well if you have leftovers, or keep it in the fridge. You could use it for other things as well during the week.
Sure. And it's so much cheaper to make it like this. Like a can of tomatoes you can get for $1 or something, or even less these days.
Yep.
So yeah, make it in bulk. And
okay,
do you want to spread some on that one?
Yep, I'll do some. You tell us about the mushrooms, the oyster mushrooms that we had.
So the oyster mushrooms, we just sort of separated into little chunks, little pieces. I added a bit of seasoning to it, so it was a bit of tamari, dash of maple syrup, sweet paprika, and some onion and garlic powder, so just general sort of seasoning. And yeah, we're just going to plonk those on the pizza. I'll show you the cashew mozzarella too. So it's a really thick, creamy, kind of stringy, cheesy mixture. This is beautiful as like a nacho cheese as well. You can add a bit of paprika, a bit of chili to get that Mexican flavour. But yeah, this will just sort of be dolloped on the pizza at the end.
Great.
So
it looks fantastic.
Actually, what I like to put on next is the spinach.
Good.
Just to have a bit of green.
Yep.
When I'm making pizza for the kids, they don't mind eating green things, but just putting that extra bit on.
Yeah, and then you put a little stuff on top so they don't see as much, maybe.
Yeah, and it all sort of wilts down, and
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
You don't sort of notice it there anyway. It's just an extra way to get greens in your diet. If it was me, it'd be kale. Just love that sort of thing, but yeah. For kids, they're happy with the baby spinach.
Just remember, if kale can be chips, you can be anything.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, so the mushrooms in this dish, I guess, are the protein source. So it's got a really meaty texture.
Don't eat them all. Save some for me.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, they're really nice sort of chewiness to them.
They look like chips, really.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and super tasty.
And this was also quick and easy to prepare. You know, it really only took maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes max.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, really quick.
All right, so then we go our olives and tomatoes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you want to do some of those on yours as well.
Love these flavours.
Yeah, and you know, do what you like, really. I know some
you suggested capsicum, and I don't do capsicum.
Okay, that's fine.
We're not friends.
Yeah, that doesn't agree with you. I would, yeah, I mean, you can get to the point where it's too much and your pizza is like overloaded with flavours. It's nice to keep it simple.
Yeah.
But having said that, you know, when I'm making pizza for the family, we'll do 3 or 4 this sort of size.
Yep.
One of them might have potato on it, slices of cooked potato. One of it might have
red onion. I love red onion.
Yeah, we tend to have 1 or 2 that will have chili. My son, he'll eat a little bit, especially if it's like a shop bought pizza and it's got chili. But yeah, at home we'll do 1 or 2 with chili. He doesn't like olives, so we'll do something with the olives off. So it's a bit of a mix.
You could also do like a buffet and everyone could make their own and serve themselves with the ingredients that they like. Yeah. You know, have it all ready and prepared and then...
Definitely. Doing a, I guess, pizzas for a dinner party are great. So you can have the base, you can have all the ingredients prepared, everybody piles on what they like, put it in the oven and it's done.
Kids' birthday party would be awesome.
Great idea. All right, so on with the
Here we go. I'm excited about this, I tell you.
It is so good, and so it's not, I mean, it browns like cheese, it's melty, it's gooey, it's got the fat content, the saltiness.
I feel healthier right now, like just doing this.
Yeah. I mean, I avoid dairy for lots of different reasons, but it's mostly the saturated fat content. So with MS, there's a definite issue with saturated fats, and dairy, especially cheese, is one of the biggest sources of saturated fat in our diet. So having a healthier alternative, I'm not missing out. Still get to eat pizza.
Oh, that's everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And it's good to try new things, you know, even though I am not plant-based myself or my family aren't, you know, I still like to dabble with other recipes, and I feel like I'm making a mess of this, but I'm sure
it doesn't matter. No, it'll be totally fine. The other thing is that a lot of people are starting to eat plant-based for the environment. So they've learned that, you know, there are issues with global warming and eating more plants is better for us, but better for the environment. So, you know, and they talk about having 1 meal a day or, you know, meat-free Mondays. The more that you can incorporate, the more plant-rich your diet is, the better off you'll be. And you probably won't, you know, come to a diagnosis like I had. So, it's a win-win.
So we're going to pop these in for how long?
Because the base is already cooked, I would do maybe 10 to 15 minutes just waiting for that cheese to brown a little bit. Quite a hot oven, maybe 220. Okay. And we'll see how they turn out.
Well, we will do that and we will come back and eat it in front of you. Sorry, not sorry. All right, let's pop these in the oven. Okay. Looks good, all the browning on it and everything. Okay, so the pizzas are ready. They were in the oven for about 10 minutes or so, and as you can see, the cheese has gone nice and brown. They smell actually amazing, and I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in here. Good job, well done.
Thank you. I think the mushrooms are going to be the highlight. I can really smell them, and I think they're going to be really good. So the base it's quite a thin base, but there you go. Have those.
Beautiful.
Same for me.
Nice. Yeah, so you want a nice crispy crust on your pizza. And yeah, I'm looking forward to tasting the mushrooms.
It's a bit hot.
Yeah, I wonder how Jamie Oliver just never seems to burn his mouth.
I think he does.
Do you reckon?
Mm-hmm.
He just puts up with it.
Mm-hmm. He's a chef.
Yeah, true.
Good?
Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Did you get some of the cheese?
No, I've got the mushroom.
Okay.
I'll have a bit of cheese next. But yeah, the seasoning on the mushrooms, seasoning in the tomato base as well.
Yep.
Really comes through.
Just enough. I find the mushrooms have that really nice bite to them. That little bit of a crunchy, meaty kind of texture. And yeah, pretty seasoning.
You wouldn't know that there was no meat on it, like, not missing that at all.
And the bases worked really well.
With your potato.
Yeah, potato and gluten-free flour. So yeah, again, you wouldn't know it's gluten-free.
That's true, actually. I've had some bad gluten-free pizzas, I can tell you.
Yeah, I find that gluten-free flour doesn't respond to yeast very well. It doesn't have that same sort of creating the bubbles. So I try and do things a little bit differently if I'm making a base for myself. And yeah, it's worked quite well.
And it's good to experiment and know it's not all going to turn out well all the time, like we were talking before about our fails in the kitchen. It happens, it's part of life, but you just learn from it and you keep moving forward. So would love to know if you try out this recipe, send us some photos. It'd be great to see what you've actually done, what your creation was, what you've added on for yourself as well. It'd be great to see. And you'll be able to check out Rebecca. I'll put all her socials here on the screen for you to check her out as well. Say hello, and thank you for living the healthy way with us today.